and gentlemen. How are you? Oh, come on now, Harry Potter fans, where are you out there? There you go, very nice. Well, I hope everyone is enjoying the celebration of Harry Potter 2017. Who's here for the first time to this celebration event? And how many people have been here before? Make some noise out there. All right, definitely welcome back. Now, this weekend is all about the excitement and the joy that J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World brings to our lives. Many of you traveled to be here today or journeyed to other Harry Potter experiences all over the world. Harry Potter the Exhibition brings the magic to fans by traveling from city to city. Here with us today are two people who can talk intimately about the exhibition and its many props, costumes, and creatures. Join me in welcoming Pierre Bohanna and Eddie Newquist to the stage. So, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell everyone how it is that you're part of this exhibition.
Sure. I'm Eddie Newquist. I'm one of the creators of Harry Potter the Exhibition and began work on this, over 10 years ago. And it's worked with an incredible crew at GBS and obviously Warner Brothers and the team in Leavesden. So it's just been a labor of love, and we've taken it all over the world to fans who've really enjoyed it.
I'm Pierre Bohanna. I have the wonderful privilege and task of running the propaganda department for all the Harry Potter films.
Very nice. Now, Eddie, can you tell us a little bit about the exhibition itself?
Sure. Well, for those of you who don't know about it, it really allows you to experience a day at Hogwarts. You arrive, you get a whole introduction, you see the train, and then we take you through the different classrooms. And along the way, you're seeing costumes and amazing props. So it really is a magical experience. It's gone to 15 cities in 9 countries.
Okay.
And we've welcomed millions of fans. We've had over 4 million people attend the exhibition over the course of the tour. So we're really proud of that.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we've got a quick clip for you right now. Take a look and let's watch a few of our favorite stars tell us about the exhibition as well. Check it out.
Costumes, creatures.
I mean, I got to see Hagrid's hut, and you get to see the Quidditch and the costumes that we wore, and it's all laid out really well. So you go from one minute, and it's all Quidditch gear. The next part you see is all the animals. You can get close enough to see, real detail. There's so much of it, and so much of it's really well made.
The craftsmanship and the artistry that went into making Harry Potter is fantastic, and I'm really glad finally that it's celebrated.
It's so well presented in there as well. It's not just a few things in some cases. It's actually all-encompassing and very atmospheric.
These movies attract so many people, and sometimes you want to feel like you can be part of that world, and this really allows you to be part of it.
When you see the props and everything in the flesh, it's more of an idea that this is a world that really did exist. There's just so much of our life there, and it makes you realise this is a historical thing.
Awesome. So, Pierre, did you recognize any of the props in that video we just watched?
Yes. Many, certainly had a hand. Well, all of the team had a hand.
Any favorites that you have? Like, did you have a favorite prop that you enjoyed working on or creating?
You, of course, are asking the most difficult question, because at the end of the day, it's 10 years' work, but really for me, it's exactly 10 years. And the crew size got to 100 at some point, so it was a massive amount of work. So to really sort of pluck from that one item that kind of expresses something better than the rest. And that's not what we're about. We love props.
Very nice. Now, of course, as you said, you had a team that went out and worked, on these props. Did you ever, give your team a design or something that was imagined, and then you came back and you're like, whoa, this is totally different than what I thought it was going to be when we first kind of conceptually started, working on it?
I think props develop, and I think the process of anything, you're making anything, the transition from sort of the cigarette box kind of sketch to a formal concept to a formal drawing to an initial prototype to the final result is a very long process, and it's a very refined process. And every single piece we made went through that. But certainly by the nature of how Stuart Craig works, it's not like you make it the first time.
Sure.
A lot of people have to be happy. And it's all about telling the story, which what we're doing is our little contribution to empowering the conviction of the story that we're collaboratively making.
Any props for you stick out, or any favorites that you have?
I would say, and we had a chance to look at so much of what you did, which was amazing. I would say the wands were always really interesting to me. I think because they seem to always be attached to the character in some way, shape, or form, whether that was by design or not. And we've got over 20 of the wands, in the exhibition, the original wands from Harry's to Ron's and Hermione's. So when I visited the set the first time, back in 2007, 2008, to speak with the different departments, we knew that fans loved the wands. We knew that that was something that they were excited to relate to.
Yeah, wands were incredibly important responsibility and task really for the films, for all of them. Because they are absolutely bespoke to each character. Every other prop is more general, but it's important. So the process that I described earlier, you have to go through, and it's considered a reflection of what that character's point will be. And then in the practical sense, I've gone through all that. We have to produce repeats, stunt versions, so we always have standard set of 6, and we go from there. But
some of the stunt ones were rubber, right? Because they had to.
That's right. Yeah, they're actually a wooden stick like that. In the filming sense, it's actually quite dangerous if you fall with it. So you have to, and also the wood bends and gets affected by humidity and all that kind of thing. So to keep consistency, visual consistency, because at the end of the day, you just want to see your one before you do repeat. So they're very job.
But there's an audio version of the actual tour. Pierre, you talk about Dumbledore's wand and creating it. You always wanted to be iconic. Would you ever think it would become something as iconic as a Deathly Hallow?
Well, no. The strange thing about Dumbledore's wand was that when at the time we made it, no one realised what it was going to be because that storyline hadn't actually revealed itself at the time we got his wand. So it was strange because his wand was. We didn't do it for everybody, but often we would make a selection of wands, and it would be picked out of that, be it by the actor or by the director and producer. And that's what we haven't did. We read about 6 different times. And that one always stood out from that selection. It was very characterful, and from any of the other ones. So it's strange how it manifested itself to be.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you. So if you had 100 wands laying on a table, I think, and we looked at so many, I think you'd go straight to Dumbledore's. It was just so specific to him. It really rang true. And working as the Elder Wand, it's an amazing choice. It was really amazing.
Yeah, it's strange how creating variation, that much variation from something that's so straightforward. You're right, it does. It represents so much more.
Well, thinking about specific wands, so let's test the theory with the crowd and see if you guys can pick some out as well. So on the screen, you'll see 3 wands. If you think that Dumbledore's wand is A, then let's hear you cheer right now. If you think it's A, all right.
Nobody, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. If you think it's B, then let's hear you out there. If you think it's B, or these microphones aren't working, one or the other. Okay, what if you think it's C? C. So Very good. So 1A is Neville Longbottom's wand, and 1B is Fred Weasley's wand. So definitely some different characteristics there in those wands.
I was going to mention also, you know, James and Oliver Phelps, who you had a chance to work with ever since they were very young, they've been great friends of the exhibition. They've come with us to so many openings and supported us. They've become really good friends. And, you know, I know that we've always wondered why Fred's wand seemed to be in the shape of a pine cone. And I asked James once, like, why is this a pine cone? he said, I have no idea. So I don't know if you have any idea, Pierre. Was it something that just came about? Or?
I think he's parked in the David Hayden's parking special. No, I can't actually give you the source of that. It just came to him. It was just, it kind of clicked into his characteristic. You know, the idea that it had this kind of concept of the cone of this almost like this way hand who's all this kind of standoff detail. But it looks cool, doesn't it?
It does look cool.
There you go, a little inside information for you guys.
Well, and speaking of Fred and George, so one of my favorite scenes is from the fourth film where they try to sneak over the age limit for the Goblet of Fire. You guys probably remember that. And so when they heard we were doing this, we managed to get the goblet in the exhibition, and so, you know, it's truly a stunning piece, and that's, you know, and again, I know that when you're reading, you know it's going to be iconic, but what was the story behind creating that? Because it's really epic when you see it up close in the exhibition.
It is basically a question before, if anything, and it's one of my favourite things to do.
Oh, okay.
Not think, but it was a lovely experience. But at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban, obviously, we had a little break before we started Goblet of Fire, and of course, the thing I was sort of chewing over my mind when we were waiting to start was just kind of, what was Stuart's going to be thinking about?
Well, it's in the title.
We paid the cut. And so, you kind of feel like a big gilded stand, maybe like a wonderful full shell. You just go off on a sort of riff, but it's got to have this sort of this sort of timeless quality to this strange magical object. What I wasn't expecting was what happened when we got the first drawing we received, which we got the file, and we used to get this roll, and took the last band out and it just rolled out, hit the floor and rolled up. Right, I wasn't expecting that. The 6 foot high, solid wooden goblet. So we started, obviously talking to Stuart, and we went off to work, and we got a big trunk of rosewood. And Stuart looked at it and he said, no, I think I'd really like a piece of English elm. So I kind of trawled the south of England, because elm's quite difficult to get hold of. And a solid in a whole trunk of it, you know, big trees like oaks. And I found a dealer that actually had 7, and picked one of those, took it back, myself and Spike. I think you see him there, and I picked up with him. I can't see him. Yeah. You see him holding up there. He's obviously, that's the middle of winter, he's just been working so hard that he wears something like that. And the two of us just dived into it and started working it out. And it was from a solid single trunk of elm. And it's just a wonderful process, because as you carve into it, it starts changing colour, it starts distorting and changing. It kind of is following what you're doing. And it's just such, as a prop maker, it was just such a wonderful experience to sort of create something that could come in. It took us about 3 weeks.
It's so iconic. You can't imagine it looking like anything else now.
Yeah, that's true, especially when you kind of see the behind-the-scenes look. And I mean, enjoyed the fourth film immensely, but of course, you know, there's the game of Quidditch that was really, really missed. And the game is such an incredible part of the films, and the fans all feel such a connection to it. So, Pierre, can I ask you, how difficult was it to create the brooms and the quaffles for the game?
Well, the brooms were a massive task for us, and they're actually a very complicated task, because they, although they're essentially an object with dust in the corner of the room, you know, they had to fly on these ones. So they all had to have proportion, to keep the aesthetic quality of what we wanted to do. The metalwork, we had to look at very highly technical castings, you know, looking for aircraft grade castings, titaniums, heat-treated aluminium, etc., etc. It's all part of stone-plated steel. So that we could keep it as thin and as fine as possible, and also the kind of chassis that's inside the broom itself. So you could have, you know, as the guys got older, they got bigger, so they kind of grew within, and you know, 17 stone on the end of a big pole thrown around, that's a lot to have on the back, isn't it? So yeah, so it was a great technical challenge as well as an aesthetic challenge, and it's one of those pleasing things again. As a coffin ball started, again, weirdly, it started off with the little scallops on the side, which if you've ever operated a coffin ball, they're really useful for grabbing hold of. But originally they had two balls, so it was like it had come from a square shape being honed down, and it couldn't catch it. So we took one out, and we ended up with that shape, and it's a much easier shape to grab.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because we had a similar experience in the exhibition. We used the original molds to create the quaffle balls in the exhibition, and I took some of those and I brought them home to my kids. I have 4 kids, my daughter Ashley's here, and we had them go out and play basketball with it to try to break them, and they broke them all right away. We couldn't figure out how you guys kept it feeling leather. It took us about a dozen times to prototype it to get the right mixture, and it was still out of the original mold. So you know, we're going to pass them around right now. You guys
have some in the audience.
Yeah. So that you can feel. They feel amazing. They feel leather, but it took us a long time. It was pretty tricky for us to do, and now they've lasted for years. But it's not easy.
Yeah, definitely. Those are really cool. So if you've got one in the audience here, yeah, just keep passing around so everyone has a chance to experience what a coffle actually feels like, and the texture there, and the manageability of it.
Yeah, and I'll mention one of the things, Scotty, and that is that you can actually see the Hogwarts emblem from the original mold in what feels like the leather from the buffalo.
Sorry, I made it easy.
I think my kids had fun playing with them, so that was good. Well, and so were there any cast members who were way into it? Was it, you know, did anybody take to it more than others from a coffin standpoint?
Yeah, well, that's kind of asked. I mean, they all had a go. I mean, you know, James and Oliver, and they're mad into sports. Obviously, models. There's a good story about them. They're both mad football fans.
Big soccer fans.
Big soccer fans, yeah. And but they both support rival teams from the hometown of Birmingham, where they come from. There's two first teams, one Birmingham City, one's Aston Villa. And one year, while they're on set, the two teams were playing, and they basically had a bet between themselves that basically the loser had to wear the winning team shirt for a whole week.
I'm sure that was entertaining. So James and Oliver, we were saying, they actually recorded a few of the stories of their own from the exhibition. I think we're going to play those right now. You guys want to see a video with James and Oliver? All right, yeah, check it out.
Hi there, I'm Oliver Phelps. I'm James Phelps. And James and I have been lucky enough to visit Harry Potter the exhibition all over the world last week. Now the items featured are some of the most memorable, most famous things from the whole of the Harry Potter series. We've heard a little from Pierre about how the props were designed and by Eddie about how the exhibition was put together, but now we're going to talk to you about some of the props and features on display. Now let's start with the Ford Anglia, the flying car. That was one of the first times that I actually ever got to drive a car, being 16 when we were filming. So, a bit different. It was a flying car, and we were actually 20 foot in the air flying this car down Privet Drive, which was actually built as a set. And we had to come and rescue Harry from the window of the stairs. But when Harry gets to Hogwarts, he's sorted into Gryffindor. Gryffindor have got it. Come on. set of the common room. One thing you'll see in the exhibition is the parchment signed by Dumbledore's army. Now, this was signed by Fred, George, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and all the other actors and characters who are going to be in Dumbledore's army in the 5th movie. Now, what people don't sometimes know is that the actual actors, us and ourselves, really signed our characters in this parchment. So what you see is our actual handwriting.
And then from handwriting, we go into other bits of important paper, especially what Fred and George were involved in, giving Harry the Lord's map in the 3rd area. Now, this played a pivotal role throughout the whole series of Harry Potter, and you can see the Lord's map in all its detail, and you can see exactly how Nina Lima designed it so intricately when there's stuff going all over the place. It's amazing.
And then from there, we go forward to the 4th movie, featuring the Triwizard Tournament. And what happened there was there was a magical golden egg.
From where did the egg come from? A dragon. A Gary Horntail dragon.
Yes. Easy to say. So you see, this golden egg is what Harry had to get in the Triwizard Tournament to advance in the task, as you guys all know. Now you see here, this magical golden egg is hidden behind a case, so people wouldn't take it around with them. We tried, we got caught. Sorry about that.
We got caught. Just put it back on the top.
Yes. But like I said, there's the Hungarian horntail dragon. Now, what was cool is that in the movie, a lot of this was all done in CGI, a huge, huge creature. But to do so, they decided to create it in the art department on a whole model scale. So here you get to see about a quarter of it. This thing's enormous. I always like to think it would be great if you had it at home, so when people come cold calling, you could just have this dragon pop out.
So they've even got the Triwizard Trophy on display, which you can see in all its glory. And next to that, or around the same area in the exhibition, is the actual Goblet of Fire, which Fred and George unsuccessfully put their names in, but they got spat out, turned into old men, and been fight.
Oliver kind of injured the director in filming that scene, but that's a conversation for another day.
You said!
But talking about costumes and stuff, we then go forward to costumes that Jenny made for Harry Potter's great cast. Friends,
The greatest
characters, yeah, Fred and George, as you guys know, very, very good people. So Jenny decided that they should have their own individual tweaks, but they're very good at their own self-marketing. So they have style. So they decided to give themselves slightly different costumes to each other in the fact that they were similar but different colours, different sweaters or different waistcoats, just little things to differentiate with them. So you get to see that there and then.
and especially the costumes in the final area of the exhibition, which actually the final costumes what Fred and George wore in the 8th movie when the Battle of Hogwarts scene is all about. And they actually look a lot cleaner when we first started filming, which is very, very good. Next to that, you will see Fred and George, Harry, Ron's, Hermione's, all the other guys' wands. And you'll see how Pierre designed all these wands so differently that each character's wand is unique to that character. George's character was shaped almost like a boot, whereas Fred's was a bit different.
I had a pine cone. I don't get this, so I understand that George's probably great at flying on his, but I don't know what a pine cone's for. Maybe he enjoyed pine cones or something. Yeah, maybe you can fill us out with this one. And we've saved one of our favourite areas for last. Now, as some of you may know, Oliver and I are big sports fans. And of course, in the Wizarding world, you have Quidditch. And Quidditch is such a great thing because you get to see the costumes, the illusion of the costumes as well, and all the different balls used to play the game Quidditch.
And also, you lucky people get to experience it this weekend, Quidditch, tossing off that coffin. And it's pretty much the exact similar experience to the exhibition where all the props, all the ball, the hood are the authentic size, weight and shape and they were used when we were filming.
Well, we've asked our friends at the exhibition for a bit of a favour. So what we've done, we've got a quaffle, and what we've done is we've signed it. And we're going to give it away to you guys as a bit of a prize.
And the best thing is, one of you guys will win.
So, thank you again for listening to us. Not that we really have a choice, but we hope you've enjoyed some of our little memories of Harry Potter's 8 movies that we're on.
And enjoy the rest of your weekend at the celebration of Harry Potter 2017. Hey, go on!
quite an arm.
He has quite an arm.
That was pretty fun.
So I didn't realize at the exhibition when touring around that we've got a Quidditch pop shop, which is very nice.
Well, and I think what we'd like to do is, since we have a quaffle here, I think we'd like Pierre to sign it. Is that all right with you, Pierre?
Pleasure.
Oh, right. It's already been signed by the twins as well, so.
And since we're putting some signatures on there.
Well, we'll put this in the exhibition maybe back at
Well, I mean, that'd be cool and all, but maybe, I don't know, would one of you guys like to win it? I need the most enthusiastic Harry Potter fan out there. Really? Okay. Right here with the line. Oh, yes, come on down here. There you go. Now, it's not going to be easy. Were you at the celebration last night when we opened the whole thing up? So you were there. Okay, so you might have mentioned that, well, actually I don't want to yell at you and have you yell at me. I'm going to come down to you, so hit right there for me. Right now?
I don't know. Maybe we should put it back in the exhibition. This is a
No, we should give it away. Yeah, we should give it away. But we'll test her, but to test her knowledge here if we could. So just, Steve, would you come help me for a second? I gotta go with this. Here, just come on, yeah. Just go ahead and stand right there if you don't mind. I'm just gonna crawl over this. Yeah, just I'm gonna just like okay. All right.
Scotty.
Wait, hold on, hold. Oh my God. Thank you, Steven, ladies and gentlemen.
Big Steven Elberg.
Thank you. Why not? Oh, it opens. Thanks so much. Why are we? So here. Oh, the quaffle, right? Hi. How are you? What's your name? Anathea. Everybody say, hey, Anathea. Anathea, where are you from? From Texas. Anyone else here from Texas? Anyone else right front? Your peeps are right here. Hello. Look at you, you're like giving yourself the wave there. You're like, woo, here we go. Okay, so I've got a question for you. It's a two-part question, but I'm going to let you answer both parts right now, okay? So the tour, as we mentioned last night, has visited many places. Okay, there were specific numbers that Eddie mentioned when he first started his speech. So, first of all, how many countries has the tour been through? How many countries? Do you know the answer? What do you think it is?
9.
Okay, that's right, so far. 9 is good. How many, I know, take it easy. Not on this one though, it's a little hard to manage. How many stops in those 9 countries? Do you know? Go for it.
15.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. You have won yourself a signed quaffle. Come on over here, let's give her a big round of applause. Come on in. Eddie, that was fun.
I thought you were going to break something, Scott.
Well, I was hoping I would, because then we'd have to put something else in the exhibition. Yeah, come on down here with me. Just watch your step as you come around there. Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy yourselves?